lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So this next installment of the Make It Happen Summit is coming from Patsy Mugabi. She is very inspirational. I love the fact that the way that they are talking to each other. She's very humbling and very just an all-round nice person again. So thank you very much anyway for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well as all the rest of them that have been and will be coming up soon.
Today with me here we have Patsy Mugabi, and we will speak about financial freedom by slaying bad debt and making money with purpose. Welcome, Patsy.
Thank you so much, Mukami. I'm so excited for us to talk about money and making money moves, how to turn what you already know into another stream of sustainable income. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, we're so happy as East Africa to have you on this platform and to learn from you. So I think to start, please introduce us to Patsy. I know you went to Strathmore, but
yes.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I know.
Okay, so 5 words to describe Patsy. I am a lifelong learner and a people lover. But if I were to give, thank you. If I were to give one answer, I would say Patsy is a powerhouse, and I'm dedicated to empowering women to show up as the best version of themselves when it comes to their relationship with money.
I like Patsy is a powerhouse. I might have to make one for Mukami. So that's my task for today. And I encourage people to think of one because that's very powerful. So you studied finance at Strathmore Business School, right?
Yes, so I studied financial economics. Yes, I studied financial economics at Strathmore University for my undergrad. I went back to school, still at Strathmore, to do a certificate in data science to help me understand financial modeling better, especially because I want to work with data on personal finance for millennials such as myself and help people have a better understanding of it. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. I think a question I would really like to ask you is what makes finance exciting? For a lot of people, money is a very important conversation, but if you don't work in finance, it's a hard topic to have. So how do you understand it, and how would you encourage us to understand or approach it?
I feel like, first of all, money is a very universal topic for all of us. I know what it's like to have gone through a broke day, and in fact, we'll get into all of that in just a bit. I know what it's like to be frustrated about not having enough money, but what sparked my interest is all these experiences of being broke, all these experiences of lack, all the mindset around money is sort of what drove me to my wits' end. And I was like, you know what, enough is enough. I have the background in finance, but I need to understand my personal relationship with money if I'm going to win in this life. And I need to stop worrying because it doesn't build wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, worrying doesn't build wealth. It's shifting your mindset, having a money mental makeover. That's what I usually call it, to focus more on how to make my relationship with money better. Yeah.
I like that. I like how you stress relationships. I was raised by a psychiatrist, and my childhood is those words. How do you feel about this particular topic? How does it interact with your daily life? So I'm glad that we get to unpack the money mindset. And I have a question on that. What do you think is the fundamentals of a healthy money mindset?
Wow, that's a good question. The fundamentals of a healthy money mindset is, first of all, a money memory. When you look back to maybe your childhood, when was that first time when you understood the value of money? For some of us, it was a tooth fairy or a rat giving us money that we understood the value of money. For others, it used to be maybe doing chores around the house and then you get paid for it. So that sort of makes the what should I call it? It makes up the core component of how we relate with money. You know, Did we see our parents giving a lot of money out to different people? Did we see them hold on to money? Did we ask them for money and they're like, no, it's not enough? Different stuff like that. You have to sit down with your thoughts and understand your money memory. The good thing is you can learn a money memory, but it's not damned on you that, oh my God, if my parents raised me like this, then to hold money or to look at money as a certain type of way, then I'm doomed. No, you can always unlearn and relearn and learn a new way to deal with money. So I would say a money memory.
I think it's very important. I think it's very important to like reflect, because you can find people who come from great abundance, whose understanding of finance and secure and what it means to be secure is worlds apart from yours, but that doesn't mean that either of you is right or wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
So I guess the next question I have is, what does it mean for young women to achieve financial freedom?
Wow, that's such a heavy question.
We can unpack it. We can unpack it.
For women, first of all, to understand how to show up as the best version of themselves in their finances, I start off by saying one thing. Ladies, we need to shake our money maker. Our money maker is our mind, not anything else. Our money maker. Our money maker is our mind. We need to move away from Yeah, so we need to move away from saying things like, I'm broke or I can't afford to do this. Yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't be realistic in what you're saying, but rephrase and rewire your mind to allow and give yourself permission to be rich. So for example, one of the things that Dave Ramsey, because I consume a lot of his literature, he's even another South African author wrote a book of this, this phrase that I want to share with us. It says, I'm not broke, I'm pre-rich. So that's another way for you
to write that down, actually.
Yeah, I'm not broke. So for us as ladies, we often feel like we shouldn't give ourselves the permission to be rich. So we downplay a lot of things in our finances. But the first thing I would want to say is shaking your money maker. Because another scholar of personal finance said that money will never hit your account or your wallet before it hits your mind, you know? So I always implore people, and for anyone who's listening to this right now, my clarion call to you is to shake your money maker. Number 2 would be budgeting techniques that work for you. There's such a vast array of budgeting techniques that you can adopt. I remember growing up, for me, my mother was heavy on envelope budgeting, where you put different sums of money for different things in different envelopes, and you only have that particular amount. Growing up, I adopted a zero-based budgeting technique, whereby all the income that comes in and all the expenses that go out, the net sum is 0. So I don't have money for myself. And then that's when it dawned on me to work on a budget that allows me to pay myself first. If you're listening to this and you deal with impulsive buying, if you deal with emotional retail therapy, those kind of things, you need to pay yourself first. So there's 2 techniques that I adopted for budgeting that I want us to, if you're listening to this, to have, because we can't get into all the details now, write them down somewhere and go and read more on them. There's the Kakeibo budgeting technique, and the other one is called the passion budgeting technique, which allows you to spend on money without feeling guilty. But there are 2 things that I want to stress. Does your budget allow for you to pay yourself first? Number 1, because a budget has to allow for you to pay yourself first. That's the only way you enjoy budgeting. Budgeting is not supposed to restrict you. It's a roadmap for you to tell money where it's going, where it's coming. Number 2 would be having a treat yourself fund. Instead of saying that I want to braid my hair or get nice jewelry or do my nails, I don't know what we ladies love to spend on different things, but what I want to stress is have a treat yourself fund, and that's where passion budgeting technique comes in, because it allows you to spend on things that you enjoy spending on and move the money from things you don't enjoy spending on into things that you enjoy spending on. So that's budgeting, which was number 2. Number 3 would be saving.
Yeah.
Ladies, we need to stop saving for a rainy day, because a rainy day will come. We need to start saving to invest. And you don't have to have $100 to save, no. You can save as little as $10, as $5. If you're in Kenya, 100 bob. If you're in Uganda, 1,000 Uganda shillings. You know, different sums of money, because there's something we call time value of money, whereby the money compounds over a given duration, a given time frame. You can imagine somebody who saves 1,000 over 52 weeks. There's something we do called the 52-week challenge. I encourage people in my community excuse me, to indulge in it, and I give them a free Excel worksheet on my blog on how to input a sum that you're comfortable with and see how it compounds. However, if you're watching this and wondering, it's already past, we're in August, you know, the year has already gone by. Happy New Year, we're already, you know, 2021. What I would implore you is to break those 52 weeks into 4 weeks. Surprise yourself, give yourself, push yourself, and just save for 4 weeks a certain sum of money and see how it compounds. And then try it for the remaining part of the year. But don't look at it as this month and the next month. No, just look at it as 4 weeks, because that's how our brain sometimes is wired. We prefer when things are more in simpler units as opposed to more complex units. That way you're saving to enjoy your money, you know. Save and know your why for saving. Don't save because you just feel like, oh my God, I've about this 52-week challenge. No, save because you want to go to Diani for, you know, the Christmas holidays. You know, save to go for a girls trip, save to buy your first house, save to buy your first car, save for an early retirement, you know, the different reasons, but know your why. My why is not your why, your why is not my why, yeah. So there's budgeting, there's saving, and the third pillar is investing. Wow, ladies, I cannot implore you enough, especially for us in our 20s, anyone in their 30s. I feel like the quickest ticket for you to retire early is investing. Invest, invest, invest. And we'll also look into different tidbits of investing, but I want to tell you that investing is how you turn what you already know into another income stream. For example, my personal finance background will tell, my financial economics background will tell you, oh my God, you need to invest in unit trusts or mortgage-backed security, but you won't understand that. I want you to, right? I want you to look at your skill set. How do you invest in your mind and turn that which you already know into a stream of income? For example, if people come to me and they're like, oh my God, or let's say you, Mukami, when people come to you and they're like, wow, Mukami, you have a very good diction, you know, when you speak, you enunciate your words and stuff like that. You can invest your time, because that's our greatest resource. You can't
just write that down again.
You can't put a price on your time, right?
Yeah.
So when people come to you, that's, if 3 of your friends are saying, there's something I also refer to when it comes to investing, which is Ikigai. It's a Japanese technique, you know, what you love doing, what people know about you, and what can pay you an income, yeah? So all those 3 things compounded into one. So for example, we're using a unique example of you who loves to speak, and you start coaching people on how to speak. There's so many
thought of that.
Imagine, there's so many businesses thriving on that. There's one called, I forget the name, Toastmasters. That's their business model. Imagine, that's their business model. And so it's looking at the things around you, I feel like also as women, we need to stop downplaying our things. Just like, oh my God, I don't have a hobby. Oh my God, this and no, ladies, we can't afford to downplay our finances. We can't afford to stop waiting for our finances to get in order so that we can invest. The results will always be based on ideologies, and we want to see tangible results, like the money hitting our account. We can't afford to do that anymore.
I think that's really
so
good.
Saving, yes. So we had saving, we had investing, we had budgeting. Yeah. Then the last thing I want to encourage people to do is asset creation. This is for when of course you're more liquid. When I say liquid, it means that it's easy for you to convert things into cash easily. So if you already have a business, for example, if you sell flowers or something like that, you can now decide to buy a small plot of land where you'll be growing. Do they call them? Do you grow flowers?
Cultivate.
Yes,
cultivate.
Yes, cultivate your
floriculture.
Yeah.
For me, I guess what sounds like is like I have some background in finance, but what that sounds like to me is you control the primary resource that will be your income stream.
Yes.
So I guess that's what entrepreneurs do. You're really out here trying to get a hold on the primary resource. Yes. And I think that's why like having a talk like this is important, because you could be sitting on an asset, but if you don't know how to make that into like liquid floats, then you will never do it. So I hope everyone who listens, just like you take a little bit of time to write down what you're learning and the skills from Patsy. And I know you can follow Patsy on social media, like on Instagram at Patsy Mugabi, I think. Okay. Yes. And maybe you can, I'm sure people can DM you questions. Is that okay?
Yes, they can. I also run a YouTube channel where I try to do lighter content on personal finance. And one thing I encourage people to kickstart their healthy relationship with money as well, I feel like I need to stress this before we get off the call, is that, ladies, we need to understand our money personalities.
What does that mean?
Great, thank you for asking. So a money personality is when money hits your account or comes to your wallet or wherever your money comes, what's the first thing that your mind thinks of? Is it to spend? Is it to save? Is it to
pay bills?
Yeah, stuff like that. So there's 5 categories that there's different people have different categories. I coined 5, just 5 to understand the relationship with money, my relationship with money. If money comes to your account and you feel like, oh my God, bills, I need to spend money on shoes, on my disposable income or income for the household or stuff like that, I need to spend. It's even if it's compulsory or it's just something that you enjoy.
Like that.
Yeah. You're most probably a spender. If money hits your account and you're just like, oh my God, I need to save for that trip, I need to save for investment because your plans were not saving for a rainy day because a rainy day will always come, you're probably a spender. If money comes through my account and I think, oh my God, I need to put money in my unit trust or my circle or my investment club, I'm working towards an investment, I'm probably an investor. The 4th group is what I call money monks. They're just like, oh my God, money has hit my account. I'm so stressed. Money is evil. Like, don't tell me about money. Like, oh, please. Like,
don't engage.
Yeah, don't engage.
Don't engage me.
Yeah, so those are money monks. They hoard their money. They feel like if you have so much money, you're so greedy, you don't care about other, different kind of people. Then the last group is what I call Kamoli. You're so unbothered. If the money hits your account and it goes, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. It has come. Is it go? I know somebody might be watching this and wondering, but can I be just one? No, you can't be just one. There's a primary component of you. For example, I am a huge spender. I'm a huge spender and an investor. So I like so I like to also clarify that you can't just be one. It can be a mixture of three or more. Yeah. But for the money monks, I can't employ you enough to invest in yourself because you can afford it. The truth about money for us as women is that it will continue to give us options. We don't want to sit at the table. We want the entire table. And money gives us options, you know? It gives us empowerment to show up and be the best version of ourselves. Yeah.
Which is all that matters in life, to be honest. Like, do your best. I know there's entrepreneurs or people who have businesses. You're sitting here like, oh, COVID's really hit my account in left, right, center, underground, from the back, everywhere. But as Patsy's just said, it'll give you options. It doesn't matter how much you have. I like just change how you think about it. Don't be tied down by what you have. There'll always be more, there'll always be less. But I was actually reading Seneca yesterday, and he argues that to be happy, if you will never be happy if you don't within yourself accept that I am happy with what I have and what I have is enough. So I think I've gotten a lot today, especially your personality and challenging myself to think back to growing up and when I first learned the value of, for me, 100 shillings. And how that changed over time, because it's not static. Like 100 shillings, a child can buy you sweets. In teenage, can buy you airtime. At university, can buy you a not great meal, but you'll eat regardless. And post-uni, you really start to think, okay, how do I break this into 20 shilling bits? And how do they all go where they go to? I'm so happy.
And also, I just want to pick up on something that you mentioned about COVID-19. I feel like for any entrepreneur or anyone who wants to start anything during this time, it's very easy to get into this trap of debt. So allow me to also clarify that there's good debt and bad debt. Good debt is anything I would take that would give me a return on my investment. For example, if I'm taking out a loan from my friends as opposed to a bank to open up a website or do like digital marketing or something online, that's a good investment because it will give me a return, a good return.
Like you flip the money because a return is not paying back. A return is not paying back interest. A return is you getting money from the interest.
Yes, making your money work for you. But if I'm borrowing money to get my hair done so that I can take photos to advertise for my business, that's not, that's not.
I was saying in our house, it was like, if my parents told me very early, they're like, if you want to get to X, where you will make money, and it costs you money to get to where the money will come, that's not an investment. Because I agree it does cost money to make money, but sometimes you really have to be objective with yourself. If I can do it for free, I will do it for free.
And also, just to clarify, bad debt is heavily rooted in consumerism, especially for us as women, because we love to spend. And there's this quote that says, I forget the author of the quote, but it says, we spend money on things we don't, what's the quote again? We spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people that we don't even like. Have you heard it before?
I think I've read somewhere, like I've not, but I can see why. Like a lot of it is not vanity, but also vanity.
So bad debt, I can't employ you enough, ladies. Steer clear of it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can't slay now and be in debt later. No, it's not worth it. No. We don't do that. No.
We don't do that here. We don't like it here. No. But I like how you said there is good debt. That's very important. Because if you take a loan, let's use Kenya, if you take out 1,000 shillings, then it'll bring you 1,100. and then you can flip that into 1,300 next week. That's good then. But if you take 1,000, then it's like, I can only pay back that 1,000. That's, you just spent your time because you didn't get a return on it.
Yeah.
We've learned so much. I hope everyone's learned a lot. I know Future Females will link your website and Patsy's Instagram to this video. Thank you so much. You can follow Future Females Uganda and Kenya. All the content will be there. But Patsy, thank you for sharing your education and your tips and tricks for us. Like, we're super grateful.
I'm super grateful too. I'm always down for a chit chat on money and making money moves. Thank you so much, Future Females. You guys are the bomb.com. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of the summit. Bye.